Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you are watching my channel, you for sure are watching Deb at Clay Boutique. She's an amazing artist. The things that she comes up with they're just breathtaking. She definitely is the queen of all polymer clay stones, that's for sure. So today I am going to use one of the current techniques that she was using. I have never tried it before, and so I'm giving it a go. At the same time, I'm going to see if I can tell a difference in two different translucent clays. Premo, which is my go-to clay, and Keto translucent, which I have never tried before. So with that being said, let me show you guys how I came up with these pendants. Enjoy the video. Okay, so let me introduce to you guys a bunch of mica powders, and yes, I'm going to use the ones that I really love, the Imperial Emerald and the Charcuterie. No, I know that's not how you pronounce it, and turquoise. But I want to tell you guys, I also found a brown, but that looks actually like gold, which you guys are going to see in a minute. But I want to show you guys that these little bags of mica powder are fabulous. Their price point is amazing online, and you get so many different colors, and honestly they're going to last you forever, because how much of a mica powder at one time are you going to use? So here are my two clays. On the left hand side, let me introduce Keto translucent, and on the right is Premo. Premo, right away when I start touching it, you feel the difference. Premo is so much softer. Now Keto is much harder, but when you roll them out, now I switch the sides. So on the left is Premo, and you have Keto on the right hand side. The Keto has this shine to it. It's almost like plasticky looking. Do you know what I mean? The Premo definitely does not have it. So Keto is way shinier. Now, I cut out those little squares. I know that Deb is doing that sometimes with her clay, so I decided to give it a go and just cut out those little rectangles so that they are all equal side. On the left hand side, Premo, on the right hand side, Keto. So, and I also rolled out some additional clay on a very thin setting of the pasta machine. Now all those rectangles have been rolled out on number 5 of the pasta machine. And now let's start adding mica powder to it. So Imperial Emerald and some turquoise are going on first. And then I'm going to follow with my charcuterie. I know you guys are annoyed with me. Okay, I'll stop. Anyways, I'm going to start with turquoise, and you're just going to really cover it really well. I'm not going to be mixing it in, neither does Deb, so I'm just following what she is doing at this point, because I know sometimes people mix in the mica powder with their translucents, which maybe I'm going to try in the next video, but not on this one. Again, Premo left, Keto right. And once I'm done with one piece, I'm going to continue on to the next one. And I'm just going to start adding colors, all my different colors. And some of them, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add, the leftover turquoise, and then I'm going to go in with my darker emerald, and so on and so forth. Now, like I said, I rolled out 2 pieces of clay from Premo and Keto on the thinnest setting of the pasta machine, and they are just hanging out on the side. So I'm going to use them in just 1 minute. So I went from turquoise. The second piece was part turquoise, part emerald, and now I'm going with my emerald again, which you know how much I love that color. It's just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Anyways, continuing on, and I'm going to add my charcuterie and my emerald on this one, and then I'm going to move on, and the next one is going to be completely in that light turquoise charcuterie. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. I really need to stop myself. Anyways, I decided to add a little bit of Imperial Emerald to it as well. I mean, it's just up to you what you want to do, and there's no right or wrong, which is absolutely amazing, isn't it? It's such a great thing with crafting. Now, my next one is going to be the brown. The brown is really not brown. It really looks like gold. It's really nice, actually, color of gold. So, almost like a bronze. It's not very bright, but it still has the mica shine to it, of course. And does it matter that my piece broke in half? No, not really. It really doesn't matter. Okay, now the couple of colors that I didn't show you is violet and purple. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to start with violet. I wanted to add a little bit of it to the party. I thought that would look kind of cool. So I added the violet to the clay. Again, Premo left, Keto right? And I wasn't too terribly happy with it, so I went over it with the purple, hoping that purple would be a little bit more darker, but honestly, I didn't see much difference. So now I'm done with the clay, and now I'm going to start layering and creating my Okay, so let's start layering and creating the cubes. Now, there is no really rhyme or reason how I do it. I just know that Deb was putting those thin layers of translucent in between the layers. I'm not that diligent about it. I decided to put them every now and then. This one is, like I said, they are rolled out on the thinnest setting of the pasta machine. So I threw them on there and I added some silver leaf. And also some more mica powder. And that's how I was going to stack them. I can see how you can put glitter in it and stuff like that. I think that would be nice too. And you can see for some reason I didn't like that. I wanted to to add some more translucent, but I want you guys to see how different the Keto looks. The Keto really is just so shiny. It seriously looks like plastic to me, but it's not. It's still clay. Definitely not as soft as Premo. That's for sure. I honestly don't know what difference it makes, how many layers you have or how you layer all the colors. It may not make any difference at all, really. And I said silver leaf, but it's gold, the gold leaf. It doesn't look like gold, but it is. I'm putting actually gold in there. So, and I'm also adding additional mica powder to those thin layers that are going in between, and I'm just having a good time stacking those puppies. And now they are good, and of course they don't want to get stuck. But that's okay. That's all right. So I'm just going absolutely crazy with them. I want to create some little valleys and imperfection in them, and then I realized, well, you know what, let me just smush them. That's what Deb was doing and was working, so that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm going to layer them and move on to my Premo. That was Keto, now this is my Premo, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just roll it out, make sure that they stick together, put them together, roll it out a little bit more, and cut them one more time and stack them again, and that's going to be my sandwich. You can see that the colors are not super bright, and they're actually pretty dull, but they will change. I mean, the whole pendant is pretty mellow, but the colors I thought came out really, really nice through the translucent. And this one I'm also going to give it another cut, and of course I want to create some grooves and valleys in it. I want to make sure that there are some, there's some design to it when I'm going to start slicing it. And yes, it is so warm that I'm actually going to throw them in the freezer so that they can stay there. Keto, you totally wouldn't have to do that with Keto because it's so much harder, but Premo, yes, it's really soft and it's really, really hot outside. So there you have it, Premo and Keto. All right, so here we are going slicing, and the first one is Keto, and look at that. It is so pretty. That clay is just so much harder. So if you don't like soft clay, I can totally see how keto would be your favorite. That's for sure. And I really like the way this came out. My slice came out. It's very, very pretty. I was hoping for even more movement in it, but I think because the clay was on the harder side, I really didn't spend enough time kneading it. But look, I want you guys to see the shine. It looks completely different to touch, and the way it looks, it's completely different than Premo. Very, very different. Like a ton different. So I'm just going to finish up the edges, and I'm going to start slicing my Premo. And Premo, like I said, it really needed to be in the freezer because it was just getting very, very soft in my craft room. And there you go. Here is the slice of the Premo clay. And it looks so different. The design is so different in it because it's so much softer. So it was so much easier to create those little grooves and the grooves and the valleys that are creating these particular this particular design. Also, the colors are different. You may not notice the colors here yet after they're baked, but the colors are definitely different. So here I'm just playing with them, and all I'm going to do is you have Premo on the left, Keto on the right, very, very different. And all I'm doing is I'm just slicing and cutting. And I have a feeling that, guys, everybody has that friend, right? That friend has the best cookie recipe, and you ask her for that recipe and you make it following her recipe, and the cookie doesn't come out that way. Do you know why? Because she always leaves out that one secret ingredient. That's not me. That's not me. I always share the recipes. But I want to get you guys to see. These pendants are out of the oven, and they look very different. The Keto on the left, the Premo on the right. Keto is so much clearer. It really is so much more translucent. It really is, at least at this point. Okay, I'm going to take it to another step and it will change a little bit. But if you're not putting much varnish, I think that I would go with Keto in this case because it is so translucent and the colors are so different. Do you see how Premo is? The colors are gorgeous too, but it's not super clear. So there you have it. This is the Keto. No, this is Premo. I'm sorry. This is Premo because I can already see the design, and this is Keto. And look at that. We used exactly the same stuff. So exactly the same things. We did it exactly the same way, and it just came out, the pendants came out so different. So it's like that friend, that you think that they didn't give you that secret ingredient. It's not the friend, it's probably the flour that you're using. Like here, it's the clay. It makes a huge difference. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's always fun to have you guys with me. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Let me know. Do you guys like Keto or do you like Premo? So who are we gonna go with? Premo? Keto? Keto? Premo? Well, with that being said, till next time, my friends. Ta-ta!